And hello everyone, this is David, and today I'm going to be reviewing the new T6 from A2A. This airplane released last week, and I would have had the review out sooner, but I've been having some issues with Prepare3D, and I just got it now working properly, so hopefully I can get back to doing reviews and to flying again. Alright, let's go ahead and jump into the review. Today I decided to actually start the review in the air, which is where an airplane belongs, and I'll show you all some of the other features when we land. As you can see on the external model of the airplane, the aircraft looks absolutely beautiful. They've done an immaculate job of 3D modeling and an immaculate job of texture work. They've done a great job of differentiating the textures between the metal textures and the fabric cover textures on the aircraft. They've done an excellent job with the bump mapping, and they've went into so many little details in the airplane 3D model, like these drains here, the mesh on these air inlets here and here, and the detail on the engine itself with individual plug wires and individual cooling fins. Without a doubt, this is the best looking and most realistic T6 available for Prepare3D or FSX, and it's just an absolutely beautiful airplane. So let's go ahead and jump inside to the VC. Yep. And the story is the same here as well. Go ahead and bring the prop back a little bit. And the aircraft, the texture work looks really nice. It looks like a restored aircraft that is flown. It's not all perfect. There is some wear here on the throttle and around here, just some slight wear, and it looks really nice. The back seat of the aircraft is also fully detailed, so if you wanted to fly from back there, you could. Some of the options the aircraft comes with are obviously all these different things here. The ability to hand prop the airplane. You can choose to have an autopilot or not have an autopilot. You can switch between GPS types, either the GNS 400, no GPS, or the GNS 295. If you have the Flight 1 GTN 650, you can also have that put in the airplane as well. The deal behind the hand propping is that with a radial engine, obviously it's a round engine, and like in my Yak 52, oil tends to pool in the lower cylinders when the engine's been sitting. So what you do in order to make sure there's no any oil pooled in there is you pull the prop through a few times to make sure you don't get something called hydrolock. Because if the engine hydrolocks, you can bend a rod, or you can actually break a rod and ruin the engine because of that oil, because fluid does not compress. Anyway, enough with the physics or whatever lesson that would be. Anyway, materials lesson. Anyway, the like I said, the VC texture work is really nice. The 3D modeling in the VC is really nice as well. And I'm just going to shut up for a little while and let y'all listen to the sounds of the airplane. Really nice wind sound when the canopy is opened up, and also nice sounds for the canopy opening and closing itself. One of the best parts about the T6 is obviously its aerobatic abilities, and this airplane does not skip short on that at all. As you increase your airspeed, you can also hear the wind outside increasing, the vibrations increase, and so on and so forth. dynamics are spot on. You can spin it, stall it, whatever, and I'll let y'all listen to the stall work. Engine cutting out there just a little bit, and that is common for a radial to do that. You can also snap roll the airplane easily and it does not lose its mind like most aircraft in flight sim do, which is also nice to see. Another A2A first is the ability to do a hammerhead. And that was a really poorly executed one on my part, but oh well. I will say that the cockpit inside is pretty loud, so I'm going to go ahead and turn off the sound for just a minute. Anyway, like I said, the aircraft is just really, really nice. They went into so much detail in the VC to include things like the slight movement in the gauges here, the slight movement of the engine, the canopy itself shaking, little details like the irregular caulk here on the canopy that's different on both sides. They've went into so much detail to not repeat things and textures, and it just looks really, really nice and well done. One thing I will comment about A2A that I really do like is that they have the engine modeled and propeller modeled correctly, in that with a complex airplane, power-wise, when you bring your propeller speed back, it results in a change in your manifold pressure. Usually the manifold pressure will rise. And that's not something that's found in like a car and auto airplane or pretty much any other airplane I can think of in flight sim. Mostly you pull a prop back, the manifold pressure just stays where it is, and that's something you do see in A2A airplanes, and it's just one more thing that just adds a little bit of realism to the experience. Alright, so I'm going to let you all listen to these sounds from the outside because it sounds even better from there. So they've done a really nice job on the smoke textures as well. Alright, well let's go ahead and bring the airplane in for a landing so I can show you all some of the other features of the airplane. When you're flying this airplane that you'll want to be aware of is that it is quite possible to ground with this airplane. So when you land, just be ready on the rudders, and obviously do not slam on the brakes in a tailwheel airplane. Another thing to be aware of is that when you slam the power forward, the engine does have a tendency to cut out, and that Alright, let's go ahead and hop out real quick and have a look at the exterior. On the ground here. So one of the options is obviously to empty the plane, so get the pilot out of there. And go ahead and put the pitot cover on, the oil cleaning kit, some tie downs. Oops, I need to set the brakes first. Obviously I can't do that from avatar mode. Okay, so something learned. You have to actually be inside the airplane to do that. So you can also set control locks and a pitot heat. Not sure why that's on there. Anyway, that about sums it up. Let me go back to the outside here, and we have kind of a look around at the details once everything's put on. They've even done a really nice job with the texture work on the ropes and chalks. They've also done a really nice job actually of modeling the linkages there. Right there, they've just done a really nice job in this airplane. I'm thoroughly impressed, and I definitely recommend purchasing this airplane. Alright guys, well, hope you've enjoyed the review, and have a good one.